call it your girl Adiola. And you are all thieves. Man, I was in South Africa. Baba, why? Baba, why now? All these politicians from Nigeria that go to South Africa, they see the development in South Africa. Why can't they just replicate what they see in Nigeria? You have no shame, you have no shame. Now you see, this is what you call train. And then look at that. Everywhere I went, the road was good. Say Lono Yafo, Yafa. Translate that to English. And the road was wide and smooth. And I did not see one power generator in the whole of Johannesburg. And I was looking, searching for a power generator. I did not see one. And then the airport. About the airport. In fact, let me not talk about the airport. I said don't show them the airport. Did I not tell you don't show them the airports now? You want me to start crying? It's not fair. Why do we have to put up with this thing that they call airport in Lagos? And we call ourselves the giant of Africa. Life is not fair. Don't worry, I'll make a video on my trip to South Africa. So let's get to business. Guess what? I'm just keeping it true. So as you guys know, I don't make fun of men of God. But what do you do when they put themselves in the news? As usual, I have no choice than to come on this show and defend them left and right. By now you must have heard that Bishop Oyedepo of Living Faith told his church members to pray because the family of Jubril from Sudan has arrived in Nigeria. Anyway, before we get to the man of God, this idea that Buhari died in 2017 in London and someone else is now acting as Buhari was started by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. Now his followers are saying two things. Some of them are saying that Buhari was cloned, others are saying that it's Jubril from Sudan. Sorry my Sudanese people, I don't know why. He has to be from your country. Anyway, first of all, please know that no human being has been successfully cloned except in movies. In 1996, scientists cloned a sheep popularly known as Dolly the sheep, and that was the first time that an animal was cloned. They've cloned other animals after that, such as these two monkeys that were cloned this year. So they've been able to clone some animals, but they've not been able to clone a human being. However, a council on bioethics as well as the national academies said that the technology was unsafe and should be banned even for research and therapy, which is why the health law in the US and UK prevents human cloning, although there are some people that are still trying to do it, like in Israel I heard. But the moment they successfully clone a human being, trust me, the news will be everywhere because it would be a major breakthrough in the scientific world. And you know, I'm thinking that Nnamdi Kanu probably knows about this because he came out recently and he said that he never said Buhari was cloned, that people misinterpreted what he said. He said what he said was that they brought in someone from Sudan named Jubril, who was thought to act and speak like Buhari. Now, before I go on, let me just say I don't blame Nnamdi Kanu at all. In fact, I cannot blame this brother because when a sick person looks like this in Nigeria, put up, yes, this was how Mr. President was looking at some point. When a sick person starts looking like this, usually the person will eventually die. What people don't know is that a lot of times it's because of the lack of proper health facilities in Nigeria, which was why Buhari went to London for treatment, because they didn't build us good hospitals where he could be treated in Nigeria. So until our leaders build us world-class hospitals in Nigeria so that people don't continue to die before their time, a lot of people will not believe that someone can look like this and still survive. Now, my first question to Nnamdi Kanu, my brother in the Lord, would have been to ask him how he knew about Jubril, because this is a very, very big claim. If I should claim that Obasanjo is not Obasanjo, that somebody has been brought in, you guys will ask me how I know, because not only did he know the guy is from Sudan, but somehow he also knows his name. Nnamdi Kanu knows a lot. You get what I'm saying? So if he knows that much, he should be able to prove it beyond just saying it, unless he made it up. I've looked at all the pictures that people are circulating. I don't see any difference. They said the air is different. They said why his hair lobes are different. Despite knowing that pictures can be photoshopped, I've taken a critical look at all the pictures. They said he was right-handed, now he's left-handed, or vice versa. I don't know. But instead of asking Nnamdi Kanu for evidence, people just clap whenever he says things like this.
I can stand and prove who I am, but Buhari cannot do the same thing. Yes. Because the man you're looking at on the television is not Buhari. Don't you know that?
Now, I can tell you that people from Sudan and South Sudan, because you know they used to be one country, have distinct features. They're usually tall and skinny and very dark skin. They have the most beautiful skin, by the way. If you've ever met somebody from Sudan, you guys will understand what I'm saying. Their skin is like so smooth, you know, it's like the definition of black beauty. Most of the time, as soon as you see someone from Sudan or South Sudan, you can tell that, oh, this person is from Sudan or South Sudan, you know, like my friend Peter. But if I say everybody from Sudan looks like this, that would be ignorant. That would be stereotypical and generalizing, especially because I know that they have a lot of light-skinned people in Sudan as well. If you've met a lot of Sudanese people, you know they are not all dark like this, and I know that there's a lot of people who are also mixed in Sudan, so I can't really capitalize on the look of the person. But you know, I've had the opportunity of meeting and interacting with people from Sudan, people from South Sudan. I have Sudanese friends. I've been to Sudanese events. I have never met one Sudanese person or a South Sudanese person with a Nigerian accent. Keep in mind, Buhari doesn't just speak with Nigerian accent, but he speaks with the thick Hausa Fulani accent. Sudanese people primarily speak Sudanese Arabic. They also speak English. The only other person that I know that speaks like Buhari is my Igbo brother, Obena Simon, popularly known as MC Tagwaye. He's from Anambra State.
Your Excellency, Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo. So I want to thank you, Nigeria, for coming out to show that you stand with the truth.
The guy is really good. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is people from Sudan generally don't look like Buhari or sound like Buhari. They don't have Nigerian accent in Sudan. And I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm still, you know, open to debate despite all this. But accent is not something that somebody can easily learn as an adult. You know, it takes time. So, but let's assume that all these things are true. Let's assume that it is Jubril from Sudan. Do you guys think that Buhari's wife would not say anything for more than a whole year? If nobody else noticed, at least she would notice, because they are doing it together. We all know that Buhari's wife is not shy. She's not shy. She once told BBC that Buhari is being controlled by the cabal. This woman speaks out, which was why her husband said that she belongs to the kitchen, remember? And of course, their daughter Zara is also outspoken. Nobody can replace your father and you will just keep quiet for more than a year. Habba. That is not possible. All the people that are circulating this rumor, just put yourself in her shoes. Habba. Also, what has changed in how Buhari operates now and how he was operating before he went to London? Because I don't say anything that has changed. The man still appoints incompetent people. Herdsmen have been killing people before he left for London. He didn't do anything tangible about it at the time. He still didn't do anything tangible about it now. I had the opportunity of interviewing Buhari in 2015, right after he became president. So I've seen him in person. I still don't see what has changed, for real, in the way he speaks, in the way he moves, in the way he carries himself. Me, I don't see anything that has changed. Now let's go back to the man of God, and I actually feel bad for the man. Even though I know that people will abuse me, we have to talk about something like this because this is gross misinformation. A lot of people, not just thousands, millions of people look up to this man of God and what he says.
This disturbing information came from the Nation's newspaper of Tuesday, November 27, 2018, written by one Olatunji Dare, exploded with authoritative assertions.
Should I say it? Should I say it now? Okay, I should wait. Okay, I'm waiting.
That President Buhari had died in the UK in 2017, where he was undergoing medical treatment. That the entrenched cabal in Nassau Rock had procured a Buhari double in Sudan and pressed him into service as Nigeria's president. That representative of the Jubril family, that is the supposed impostor, having discovered the gigantic swindle, suddenly showed up in Abuja the other day.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm so sorry.
And demanded to be compensated with a power-sharing arrangement at the federal level in perpetuity, plus 50% of Nigerians' oil revenues for 10 years in the first instance. That, and I quote, failing these, they would tell their story to the whole world.
Wait, you don't mean it. That is their threat to tell their story to the world? I thought the whole world already knows about this story. How can that be a threat?
He further stated that the Nigerian authorities have entered into frantic negotiations with Jubri's family to head off what is sure to be the world's dirtiest and worst kept secret. So far, to my knowledge, no official statement has refuted this claim, which simply implies Nigeria may truly be up for sale.
Nigeria is up to sell you. I will be right back.
Has Nigeria now suddenly become a population of fools?
Stop right there. Stop. That is enough. Now, according to the man of God, because Buhari didn't say anything, that means the story has to be true. So the theory now is the family of Jubril from Sudan. They've arrived in Asorok, and now they are trying to take over 50% of the oil revenue in Nigeria. Sorry, which means Jubril must be a very stupid person. No, stay with me. If the man should agree to act as Buhari and he couldn't negotiate anything for himself for more than a whole year, his family has to come all the way from Sudan to negotiate on his behalf. He must be stupid. So for more than a year, he's been working for free. Was it that they kidnapped him and he didn't know what he's doing? Also, why would his family negotiate with anybody if their son is already the president? I don't get it. They could just tell him to approve so contract. Maybe he's the president. No, be so. Also, why would it take his family more than a whole year to know that their son was missing? As in, I don't get it. And it's not as if they hid him somewhere. They made him president of another country, which wouldn't make sense either if the man was brought from Sudan without his family knowing. It doesn't make sense that they will put him in the public eye. You get what I'm saying? You cannot hide a president. I'm just trying to let you see that this story makes absolutely no sense. But you know, I wasn't surprised that the story made no sense. Remember at the beginning, the man of God quoted the Nation newspaper, and then he said that the article was written by one Dare Olatunji.
Written by one Olatunji Dare.
Now, for those who may not know, Professor Dare is a renowned professor, one of the biggest satirical columnists in Nigeria. The man writes satire. He made up the story about Jubril's family just to make fun of people who believe in that theory. Second of all, the Nation newspaper is owned by Tinubu. No, be so. Tinubu is in the same party with Buhari. I'm not saying that it would be rare for the Nation newspaper to publish something like this against Buhari. And you know, I was thinking the man of God would know this. And even if he doesn't know all those things, you know, the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 5:21 that we should prove all things and hold fast that which is true. We shouldn't just, you know, hear something and then propagate it. That is in the Bible. So me, I was expecting that the man of God will double check and triple check on something like this before going to his church to proclaim it. But obviously, the man of God did not do any research or try to find out about the writer before going to his church to tell his church members that Jubril's family is about to take over 50% of the oil revenue and Nigerians are about to be enslaved.
If this evil tide is not dealt with quickly and decisively, Nigeria may be about to be recolonized the second time, and this time by another African country.
I'm so sorry. Now, I feel bad for the man of God. Like I said, you know how he was deceived? It was because the writer wrote authoritative in the article.
But the word authoritative that the writer wrote was what caught my attention.
Me, I didn't know that all somebody has to do is write or say authoritative and suddenly they must be saying the truth. Anybody can use the word authoritative. You get what I'm saying?
If the president will not address the nation on a subject as sensitive as this, it must have been proved beyond any iota of doubt that maybe he's not our president.
Wow. Okay, so I'm one of Buhari's critics. I do not support how he's been governing Nigeria, and I think it's time for a different government. But you know, sometimes it's not every rumor that somebody will react to. If someone says that I'm not real, that somebody else is acting like me, I probably wouldn't say anything either because I find it ridiculous. In any case, Buhari later came out after all this. He later came out to say that he's the real Buhari.
Somebody said that I'm cloned. No wonder I forgot it until I was reminded by it. It's really me, I assure you.
But funny enough, after he came out and said that he's the real Buhari, they abused him again and said, what was he going to say? You think a clone will agree that he's cloned? So it's like, okay, when he didn't say anything, you were upset. When he said something, you were upset. What exactly do you want? Once again, I do not support Buhari, and you guys know I've been criticizing him on this show, but there's no need to make up stories. But you know, to cut a long story short, that day the man of God went ahead to lead the church in prayers against the family of Jubril taking over.
On this note, we are going to rise and pray. Stand to your feet. Deliver Nigeria from slavery.
You can't make this up. I'm telling you, they prayed. They really prayed.
Somebody is demanding 50% of oil revenue for 10 years in the first instance. And if Israel is a foreigner, then we have lost the country.
Poor church members. They kept praying over a satirical article. I feel bad for them. Speaking of church members, I have to blame the church members actually. Yes, because you cannot tell me that there is not just one person, that there is nobody that knows Professor Dari. Seriously, all you have to do is for somebody to run to the front, while everybody was praying, and just whisper to the man of God and say, my father in the Lord, this man is a satirist. So the article was meant to be a joke, but nobody went to the front to defend the man of God. Even faith members, it's not right. Now, in the process of praying, the man of God thought it would be good to throw some statistics out there.
We were once listed as the third largest economy.
Yes, sir. That is actually not true. Nigeria has never been ranked the third largest economy. Never. It has never happened. What happened to the US, China, Japan, Germany, UK, France?
We are not 10 now. We are not 20. We are not 40. Sir, the last I knew was we were 80. From 3 to 80. 88.
Did you hear a church member say 88?
From 3 to 80. 88.
And just like that, the man of God repeated it. Nigeria is presently ranked as the 30th largest economy in the world in terms of nominal GDP and the 23rd largest in the world in terms of purchasing power parity. All you have to do is Google.
We are the largest in Africa. We are now 16.
I think I need some water. Say what?
16. If I mention nations whose economy are better than us, you will almost cry.
Esther, and once again, you're not doing in case you're watching. See, this is what I don't like. Next time, you're supposed to mention those African countries whose economies are better than Nigeria. Instead, you say that if you mention that, we will almost cry. Anyway, sorry to burst your bubble, but in April of 2014, Nigeria became the largest economy in Africa. And we're still the largest economy in Africa, at least on paper. We are still the largest economy in Africa. South Africa is fighting to reclaim that spot, but Nigeria is still the largest economy in Africa. It's just that we are not seeing it. Get ready for abuse. They don't abuse you finish. Someday I need to speak about touch not my anointed, because Nigerian Christians, they've taken it out of context. And whenever you say the truth, they just say touch not my anointed. Don't worry, I will still break down touch not my anointed for you someday. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not here to make fun of the man of God. I'm just here to reiterate something that I've been saying, that when somebody says something, it doesn't matter who it is. Don't just believe anything. Do your own research. Even the Bible says, prove all things, hold fast that which is true. That is how people will start circulating on WhatsApp that Nigeria is now the 88th economy in the world from number 3. People will start circulating it now just because man of God said it. Also, when you are in a position of authority or you have followers, a lot of people following you, you have to be really, really careful what you say, because if not, people may not believe you next time when you say something. So of course, Nnamdi Kanu was happy about what the bishop said in his church. He praised the bishop for saying this, but was a little bit confused when Nnamdi Kanu started abusing other popular pastors for not telling their church members that Buhari is Jubril. He was abusing Pastor Adeboye of Redeem. He was abusing Pastor Suleiman and other popular pastors. Just an observation, my brother in the Lord, I never knew that what a Yoruba pastor says matters to Nnamdi Kanu, considering the fact that this same Nnamdi Kanu at one time told his followers not to attend any churches owned by Yoruba pastors.
It's always Yoruba people. Always Yoruba. Pentecostal, the head of Pentecostal, head of Anglican, head of Catholic, building universities with private jets. Anybody attending a Pentecostal church with a Yoruba pastor is an idiot. A complete fool. An imbecile. They are worse than Boko Haram. They are very, very foolish. If your pastor is Yoruba, you are not fit to be a human being.
It's okay, that's no. I don't know what Yoruba pastor did to. But he didn't want any of his members attending any church owned by a Yoruba pastor. And now he's upset that Yoruba pastors are not telling their church members that Buhari is Jubril. Now that's confusing for me. Anyway, now Bishop Oyedepo is in his good book.
Oyedepo has woken up, and I give him credit for that, to be honest with you. I commend. He spoke very passionately. That was how I expected every preacher of the world to react.
Please keep in mind, I do not belong to any of these churches. So I'm not here to defend any pastor. But you know why I decided to talk about this story? Because after the bishop found out that the story he read to his church members wasn't true, I was so sure that he would, apologize and say he made a mistake. Even if he believes that Buhari is not real, at least he would tell his church members that the article he read to them was actually a satirical article, that he made a mistake and, apologize and move on. Only for me to see this, I was like, what?
Dominion doesn't beg. No. Dominion defense is right. Thank you, Jesus. Do you know for 37 years I've never asked to withdraw any message I preach in my life? Somebody is stepping on your toes and I say, take your leg off. You say it's hate speech. God save me! Not you.
So God was the one that told you to say this. Wow.
You fear the one who sent you, not the one to whom you are sent. When I carry the card of the Most High, who is higher than the highest? Don't cross my path.
So even though you know what you read wasn't true, you're not ready to take it. Wow. Okay, this, yeah. You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I sign out, I'm really excited to let you guys know that we've raised more than $30,000 for the Cameroonian refugees. Yes, so thank you so much, everyone. I am so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. There's more to come on that next week. Also, the girl that you guys raised money for, my Okun, is now at Ife Teaching Hospital. She's been getting treatment there for the last couple of weeks. They are getting her ready for the kidney transplant. She couldn't walk before the donation, but now with the treatment she has gotten, she's able to walk. They're treating her so that she won't be too weak by the time she goes into the theater. So thank you so much once again to everybody that donated towards her treatment. Also, I'm wearing this outfit today because I like to give a shout out to the designer that not just gave me this outfit, but almost every outfit that I wore in Australia. Yes, show them, girl. You see what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you check out X-Natives. Yes, xnatives.com. You will not be disappointed. I remember her telling me that she has a lot of this left, so if anybody would be interested in ordering that, make sure that you check her out. Y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next week, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.